Hi, let me go live on Instagram. Connect streaming. Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? Let me say hi. 1 second. Happy Wednesday. Do you hear me okay? Okay. 1 second. Amy, Leah, BNB, Rebecca, Lindsay, Ophelia, Robin Carr, Darren, Kathleen, Shelling, Amy, OSP, Debbie, Cyan, Carol, Rose, Z, Mary, Carmi, Borowinkle, Angel Star, MLB, Francis, Iris, Reg, Rose, Fire Butterfly, Ophelia, Leah Angelma, Carla Girl, Ophelia, Melanie, Norm, Orchid, Vihart, Darren, Rose, Z, Leia, Me Too, from Cali with Love, Fire Butterfly, Dodger Girl, who's on Twitch. Oh, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Fire Butterfly is also on Twitch. A Brown Lily. Lily, you changed your name now. Warren, I am Claudia, Gemini, RJ Birmingham, Michelle, BTS Eden. Wow, there's a lot of you today. Are you all waiting for the case of Bang Si Hyuk? I consulted the lawyer. Norm, Beth, Halina, Purple Owl, Lara, Melva, Consuelo, RJ Birmingham, MZ Get, Z. Okay, wait, my dog wants to say hi. Wait 1 second, baby. Come here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. He was 1 second, baby. I will get to you in 1 second. Okay. Where am I? Z. Nikon Lady. Guji. Judith. Sinri. Rose. Brissa. Drummer Squirrel, Kathleen, Sue, Amarhi, Nigma, Nora, Becky, Sylvia, Leah, EG, Fire Butterfly again, okay, Victoria, Becky, Bexilia, Pinoy Yonsei. Hi, they're saying hi to you, Debak. P, Jojo, EG, Warren, Isaac. Maybe they're saying hi to you. It's all hi, Debak. He's coming with me to San Francisco. Oh, they're coming with me to San Francisco. So I have a meeting with I'm attending. I don't know how much I can tell you, but should I check the thing that I signed? So I'm invited in Google to do something. I guess that's all I'm going to say for now because I'm not sure what it is that I can say or cannot say. But it's going to be in June, so I will be in the Bay Area. I know that one of you already sent a message, left a message on Patreon that you are in the Bay Area. So I will respond to you. There's just been crazy the last 2 days preparing for a lot of stuff. So spill. It's a conference. It's not a conference. It's like a meeting. I'll check first. I don't know if I signed an NDA or something, but okay, super cute, Debak. They said you're super cute. See you. Yes, Robin. Oh yeah, Robin, you were the one who left the message. Yes, I'll see you there. Uh, it's gonna be one entire day, but I'll be there weekend so that I can take my mom around. So yeah. So I'm looking for people to interview for the channel. So if you know somebody there that I can interview, there's a lot of Filipinos in the Bay Area, and also a lot of Asians. I would love to interview people. Hi, Dawn. Sinri, Sinri said rough debak. Tisa, I'm watching from wow, Philippines. Brina, hello. Are you driving to? I will most likely do a road trip because my mom likes seeing the views, and also probably on our way we'll stop in some areas. So probably like yeah, we'll stop for the we'll take Highway 1. So we'll take Highway 1, and so I think we'll stop by Santa Barbara, Palos. Yeah, several, Highway 1. We'll take Highway 1. Okay. So, yeah. So if anybody is in Robin, I'll see you. And then if there's anybody, hi, Bang Luna, Sylvia, Summer S63. Oh, Summer 613. Darlene, road trips are the best when you're not rushing. So, which is the objective for me. We'll drive and not rush. BTS 7 plus 1. Fairlane, the guy who works in the industry and run Hobie's pop-up, is still interested in an interview. Oh yeah, you sent me that message. Did you send me did you send it to me on WhatsApp? You did, right? Yes, I will get in touch with him. Maybe I can interview him on my when I get there. Because I'm thinking, I'm there, might as well just interview people. You sent it to me on WhatsApp, right, Carla girl? Okay, am I interviewing you? I wish I get to that level where I can actually interview them. Is Highway 1 the Pacific Coast thing? Yes, the Pacific Coast thing. Yes, Highway 1. It's a lot of places along that coast. So a lot of like cities and towns that you can actually stop by to do stuff like eat and whatever. So I'll probably take my mom, and then on our way back it will just be one clean drive. So killing it, girl. Yes, killing it, girl. Okay, so since you mentioned, is Debak's OnlyFans page called Baby Got Debak? No, that is his page is only porn, only porn. So PAWRN. Hi everyone, have been here for a while. Job has been kicking my butt. I'm asleep when her first lives come on. Finally able to catch one. Hi from Colombia. PCH is a long drive. Please be careful. I will. Thank you so much. So we have Killing It Girl. Now we know that this is going to be his third single. And so he will be I should have swapped this. Okay. 1 second. So he's going to release the official MV teaser on June 6th, and then he's going to be releasing the official MV on the 13th, which is their birthday. That is our festa. That's their anniversary. So and then there's going to be an official MV choreography. Oh, thank you, Angel Star. Oh, Angel Star gave you 777. Debak, you have money for your treats. You have money for your treats. Say thank you. Say thank you. Can you be cute for Angel Star? Can you be cute? Cute, cute. Say thank you. Thank you, Angel Star. So the 13th is going to be releasing the live performance, and then choreography on the 11th. Sorry, on the 14th is the live performance, and then the 15th is the MV choreography. And then there on the 19th there's a special thing that's happening on YouTube. 20th special thing happening on YouTube, and then 21st there's a special live stream. I'm trying to we're all hoping for the same thing, right? We're all hoping for the same thing. We don't know if what we are hoping for will happen. But okay, so I'm very excited. I'm trying to control my excitement because I'm trying to just try to remember that this is J-Hope's comeback. So maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we know that on the 21st is when Suga is going to be officially discharged. Debak is being tsundere. You're being tsundere daw. She said you're being, Pinoyansi said you're being tsundere. Okay, so um BTS plus one. Yes, BTS plus one is officially retired. Aren't we all jealous of that? I was so jealous when she said that she was going to retire. I'm like, I want to do the same thing. Just, I want to retire and just enjoy, especially this comeback. 6:15 Me Too is it's her birthday. Okay, so the thing is, I'm really trying to control my excitement because there are certain dates there that um, coincides with some other important dates. So I'm trying to just stay calm and just concentrate. 6:21 is the date when everyone will be officially out because that's the date when Suga is going to be discharged from the military. Now, as we know, they have to wait until midnight before they can actually do anything official. But many idols have actually, right after they exit the barracks, they usually are able to do stuff for as long as, I think, for as long as you don't do anything that will make you earn money on the day off, and just wait until 12, you should be good. So I'm hoping that on the 21st, this date, the 21st, is when they actually do a live stream, because that's what it seems like is going to happen. I don't know. Okay, so many people are asking, and so many I don't know if they're armies or haters or whatever. They're asking me, like, is it okay that J-Hope is using BTS Festa to promote himself? Number one, no, because I mean it is perfectly okay, and I don't think J-Hope is using BTS Festa to promote himself. It's not like, um, wait, where is that? I put it here somewhere. Okay, so because we've always had BTS songs, Festa songs during Festa. They will always release a song for Festa since 2014. That has been a tradition. So these are the songs that they have released. 2014, So For More. 2015, We Are Bulletproof. Sorry, part one. If you haven't actually listened to that, please listen to the part one. And then 2016 is I Know, which is a collaboration between JK and RM. And then 2017, 4 o'clock, V and RM. And then 2018 is Deng, which is a rap line song, and they haven't released it in any of our social of the streaming platforms. I was hoping that one of the gifts that they will give us for this festa is to actually release this in a streaming platform. 2019 is Tonight by Jen. Still With You by Jungkook in 2020, Bicycle 2021 by RM, 2022 My You by Jungkook again, 2023 Take Two by the whole of BTS, and then Never Let Go Jungkook 2024, and then 2025 we got this one, Killin' It Girl by J-Hope. This is tradition. Nobody's trying to use anything for anyone's gain. Second, if there is anybody who can and has like the license to be able to use BTS's name to promote themselves, it's BTS members. Okay, so if any BTS members decides to actually use any kind of important dates so that they can release their own song, that is fine. The only issue that I have is if it's when other people using something special to armies and BTS to promote themselves. But it is when if it's BTS, that's not an issue. It's BTS, so that they have the license to use any kind of special date references materials so that they can promote themselves. So if he's using this to promote himself, so who cares? He is a BTS member. Okay. Third, J-Hope does not need to use anything to promote himself. I mean, he has proven that with his concerts. It is sold out. Every single venue and every single date is sold out. So anybody who says that, just tell them to shut up or just get lost or block them. It's better to just block them. Okay. So outside of that, he is also going to be releasing. So it's Charms of Hope. Love you. And then, so these are the pre-order dates. I got the announcement from Weavers. You can just refer to Weavers for any of those. And then for so US is that's for me. Shipping begins August 22. My gosh, they haven't even manufactured this thing. So I have my pick. I don't know because the last in his last merch, I wasn't actually able to buy anything. When by the time I got to the store, everything was already sold out. Okay, and then for Jimin, his exhibition that is still going on in New York. So I will be in New York also June. So I have two consecutive trips, one for um, the Bay Area, and then I'm going to New York. So I'm going to watch this. I'm going to New York to interview some people. And also, Asian Entertainment and Culture is the official media sponsor of Asian Fashion Week. So that's I'm so happy that happened. And so I'm going there to interview some designers and talk about the plans on how I can help promote Asian Fashion Week. So if anybody is going to be there on the week of Asian Fashion Week, I will let you know. Maybe you can attend some of the shows. Okay. J Hope is using his hips to promote himself. True. Okay, so I will be watching. I'm going to the exhibit the second time because I did go the first time. So when it was in LA, but because I will be in New York when the exhibition is still ongoing, I'm going there as well. So if you are going, let me know. Maybe we're gonna go the same day. So and I hope this time because in the LA exhibition, it was so disorganized. They didn't have a lot of good merch, and so I was only able to buy the keychain which I've shown you. So this time, I hope that it is more organized and they actually have like proper merch. Okay. Congrats! Thank you. Yeah, this is only Asian Fashion Week's first year of doing it, and of course, the hope is for them to actually do this yearly and become as big as the Fashion Week. And I believe that they will be able to do that. So I'm happy to have been a part of their journey, to be a part of of the journey, the beginning of their journey, and I hope to be there for their growth as well. So if it grows, if it becomes as popular as Asian Fashion Weeks, if there's anybody of you who wants to attend, especially the ones that are a member of my Patreon, I will give you tickets. So let's see what's going to happen. But in June is when I'm going to interview them. Okay. And then I'm going to be interviewing some other people as well. Okay. So that's the Festa song. You've seen that already. And then of course we have Jin's concert. What about NFL halftime with BTS be will it be a possibility to for that to happen? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But we also do have to remember that NFL is an American sport. It's a very, very important. It's part of the American culture. So I'm not I wouldn't be surprised if they want something that's more organic to America. So but it's a possibility. Okay, Jin's concert. This is hilarious. Where is Jin? So I don't know if you've watched
콘서트를
this,
시작하면
but
어떨까?
it's
예를
okay.
들어 노래를 불러요. 노래를 부르다가도 와우. 그러면은
Okay, I don't know if you've seen that, but it's on YouTube, and then some people actually made a cut on Twitter. So I'm happy that number one, he seems to be really an active part in planning his concert. So and then it seems that this is going to be not a very conventional concert, meaning it's not just like singing and dancing. I think he has, it's going to be more participatory. So he's going to get people to participate in whatever activities. I feel like there are some challenges. They actually joke that we might have to play rock paper scissors for limbs or for our internal organs because he seems to be planning something special. So I'm very, very excited, and that you all better start training because we don't know what he's gonna want us to do. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait, and I'm so happy that I will actually be with some of you in the concert because I don't think I can. It's it's more fun if there are people, if you are sharing it with other people. Okay, and I think we made the perfect plan, because for New Jersey, we're going to be in the suite for day one. So then, at least in day two, I was able to secure what the ticket that I wanted. I wanted floor, and I wanted to be in the front section. I was able to get that. I'll show you, but because I'm so small, I'm only 5 on a good day, 5 feet on a good day. So usually, like some of the first concerts that I attended, it was absolutely brutal because I'm so small and everyone's taller than I am, so I can't see the stage. So now I actually bought a shoes, platform shoes that's 8 inches high. so I'm going to show it to you later. If we have time, I'm gonna grab it. I'll show it to you. It's 8 inches high. So on the concert day itself, I'm going to be 5'8". Of course, I'm not gonna walk on those platform. I can't. So but 5'8", just so I will at least have some view of what's happening on the stage. I wish I could buy something closer, but that's the closest that I got. I'm like probably, I don't know. I'm on the side, and probably there's probably like 8 rows in front of me. Okay, so um Marhi, you're in Long Island. We are going to, are you going to watch Jin's concert? So we are planning to um I need to get I've been distracted. Okay. Okay, so I'm Mary first. BTS plus 7, yes, just message me. And then Mary, yes, we are planning to go to Brennan to have lunch. Well, early lunch. We're planning to go to Brennan for an early lunch on the day, on the second day of the concert, day of the second day of the concert. So if you want to join us, just I hope that you are in Patreon. So you can look at the link to what's up in Patreon so that you can coordinate where to meet us for if you want to go to Brennan. Okay, and then but if you want to meet on when I go there for the interview for Asian Fashion Week, let me know as well. But you have to be in Patreon because I'm just, it's for Twitter. It's so hard sometimes to get to the messages of people because apparently Twitter has 2 layers of security. So it's just I don't always see everybody who's messaging me. Sometimes I would see it and it's way too late. So okay, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a gate. It's just a gate. It's just a gate. You don't have to bark. It's okay. It's just don't bark. Okay. I'm 5'2". I just got seats way up high. I knew floor seats wouldn't work for me. Well, that's why I bought that 8-inch platform shoes. Okay. Jin's concert. So that's what's up with Jin's concert. It's going to be very fun. A lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Next piece of news. Okay, so I'm sure that you've heard of this. Karina got into another scandal. This woman is just it's just the gate. Okay, so Karina got into another scandal because she posted a picture of herself wearing this jacket. And apparently, this is the color of the Conservative Party in South Korea. And that's the number of the Conservative Party, number 2. And so everyone accused her of, do you want to go down? Let's go down. Go down. Say goodbye, baby. Say bye-bye, everybody. Say bye-bye. I'm going to see you later. Gonna see you later. Say bye bye. Hi, Juveline. He has a very powerful bark. Good night. They're saying good night, baby. Okay, let's go down. He's trying to stop me from putting him down. Okay, he is on his way to his bed under my bed. He has a bed under my bed. Where is my where's my okay. Where did I put my pen tab? Oh, there you go. Okay, so she got into another controversy. Apparently, this is the color of the Conservative Party of South Korea, and that is the number of the Conservative Party of South Korea. And people just started going after her. This is the second, like the first time was to when it was disclosed. It was discovered that she was dating this actor, which they admitted, and her fans was furious. And this time, Korean netizens are again after her. So I just, it actually made me wonder, are they not allowed to have political preferences? Like, are these artists not allowed to support a specific political party, or at least voice out their, like I'm wondering, what is it about their culture that makes it a taboo for any of celebrities to express any kind of political leaning? Of course, there are a lot of celebrities who choose not to disclose their political belief. I'm just wondering, is it a taboo if you actually opt to voice out your political belief? Now, the SM actually denied it. This is their apology. So they apologized for what happened, and they said that she was simply this was just her jacket, and that she wore it and took a picture of herself and then posted it for her fans, that she wasn't actually endorsing the Conservative Party of South Korea. So okay, so that's fine, they apologized, but it still doesn't answer. Like, I'm still wondering, is it a taboo? Is it bad for for their celebrity to express their political leaning? So why are people getting angry if it is, if for example she chooses to voice out what she believes in? Why is she being judged for that? So what if she supports the Conservative Party? Is it bad that she is choosing to support somebody? I don't understand. So okay. So she apologized. So there's just, I feel so bad for her. I actually like Karina. She is my bias in ESPA. I feel bad for her because they just won't leave her alone. First, her boyfriend, they eventually broke up, and then this time it's her picture. So I just feel so bad for her. I feel like it's about, I want people to start going back to where we were before, where you're actually allowed to just express your support for whoever it is that you want to support, and that has should not, and you should not be judged for that. It's just, it's sad that it has come to this. um I hate when celebrities apologize for nonsense. I do too. I just, when she apologized for dating that actor, I was like, why do you apologize? To a certain degree, and I was discussing this last week, to a certain degree, that's what I appreciate about YG Entertainment, because they don't give an F. Like, if their idols were caught dating or even caught smoking pot, like, they just, for dating, they usually, their answer is, we don't know. That's their personal life. We have absolutely no opinion. And then for I remember GD getting caught, and this time he really was caught smoking pot. A video was taken of him smoking pot, and it is illegal in South Korea. Although they explained themselves and they said that someone handed him something and he thought it was a cigarette, and so he smoked it. And come on, you know how how it smells. But at the very least, like, you can't pressure YG to abandon or to force their idols into hiatus if anything like that happens. And so it's kind of frustrating to a certain extent to try and destroy their idols because YG doesn't care. So to a certain degree, I feel like in instances like this where she just dated a guy or just wore a jacket, no apology should be extended. And that and I think several Blackpink members have also gotten into some controversies, and they were just like, we don't know. This is like the dating scandal of Jenny's like, we don't know. This is none of our business, and whatever. So okay, I felt sorry for her, but when SM was able to get the article taken down, but this some media didn't do the same for you. Um, that I get that. I get the sentiment that why is it that SM is able to um, take those article out of the internet, but Hybe wasn't able to do, or Big Hit wasn't able to do that as a separate issue. And just because I feel they were unfair to Suga doesn't mean that I will be unfair to others as well, which is going to come into play when I discuss this issue with IU and Jenny. So it is certainly a weakness of, at least to me, it is certainly a weakness of Big Hit and Hybe that they're not able to control the media. But then that also may come down to history. They don't have a long history of doing business in the US, I mean in South Korea. Unlike some other companies like YG and SM Entertainment, they've been around for quite a while, and so they've been able to establish good relationship with the media. The other thing is that it could also be a matter of principle. Maybe it is the choice of Big Hit and Hype to not pay or put some journalists in their payroll just to do them favors like this. Maybe it's a matter of principle, but we don't know, right? Nonetheless, just because I feel it is unfair, they are being unfair to BTS, does not mean that I will be unfair to others as well. It's just that's just not what I believe in. Okay, hi Abby, who is on Twitch. Dodger Girl is also on Twitch. I've mentioned that before. We are not getting the full cultural content of what's happening, in my opinion. That's another thing. That's why I'm asking, like, is it taboo for people to express their political beliefs? Some of my friends here have sort of explained it to me that the administration, the president that got ousted, not this one, but the one who was imprisoned, was from the Conservative Party, I think. And so that's why there's such a strong backlash against it, because of the alleged crime that she committed. Well, I guess it's not alleged because, you know, she was convicted of it. Okay. Um, Plus, the newspaper that posted the article belongs to the same company that is in trouble for spreading hate towards Eyelid and Les Seraphim. Yeah. So there's another, in the case of which we will be discussing in a bit. In the case of Bang Si Hyuk, this same publication is actually putting the photos of idols instead of the photo of Bang Si Hyuk in the articles that they are writing about Bang Si Hyuk. Such a dirty trick. Okay, before we get to that, let's finish this. Okay, so that's what happened to. And then the other thing is, oh, I want to ask you guys. So YG actually disclosed, they already posted the video of the first member of the next girl group, the new girl group that they have, and her name is Veli, or Iveli. Veli, yeah, Iveli. She is allegedly Australian, not allegedly. She is Australian and she is a rapper, but according to her profile, she's also a vocalist. She also has some. She can also sing. Okay, let me pull it up for you guys. But have you watched her video? And I want to know what you thought of her. Did you like her? Okay, one second. Veli is the name. Okay, one second. Okay, where are you guys? Okay. Um We Aussie can confirm she's a true Aussie. Okay, doesn't I'm so happy to see many banners ready for welcoming Jimin. Oh my God! By the way, before we get to Eveli, I saw the project of Jimin fan club. So they have like the entire, like almost a mile long of banners for Jimin. Wow, I'm so impressed. So I hope he sees everything. Okay, so Eveli is the name of the girl. Okay, let me. This is her. Are you seeing it? Wait. Oh, you're not seeing it. Okay, 1 second. There you go. This is her. There is no audio. I can't because YG is so strict. If I put the audio, they're gonna block me right away. So no audio. But she's 15 years old, and she is a oh, here is her profile. I'll show you her profile. There you go. She's Australian. She's 15, 163 centimeters, and then ENFJ. So I guess she's an extrovert. And then she can speak English, Korean, and Spanish. She's been training for 2 years. By the way, YG is notorious for having long training periods. So for her to be training 2 years and then already debuting, that says a lot. And she's skilled both in vocals and rap. Okay. So did you like her? Did you like how she sound? What do you think of her? Oh, sorry. Bella checks fairly and excuse me, but you look particularly pretty today. Thank you. The lipstick. I don't know what lipstick I use. Where is that? It is somewhere here in the mess of my desk. Oh, here. I think I bought this in Korea. I want to say Korea. It's so. What does it say? Can you read? Okay, that's the lipstick. She sounds very cringe. Okay, where's that? She sounds very cringe rapping that song. YG needs to change their strategy from hip hop to something have diversity in their group. Um, I hope all members get banners. If not, it would hurt my heart. I think Jungkook has some banners as well. So there's like it's alternating, almost alternating. Jimin and Jungkook. I haven't. So it makes sense that those are the only banners that I would see because it's one. So I guess the person who took a video went to the barracks of Jimin and Jungkook. So there's no banners of V and R because they're in another place. So let's see if the algorithm will push a video to me of Jimin and V's barracks. Hi, share your love. Okay, so where's that? I think YG is trying to mold her into becoming Doichi. Did I pronounce that correctly? Knockoff, and it will fool the local K-pop fans, but American international fans are gonna side eye her. Okay, so I don't want to speak for African Americans. I think they can very well speak for themselves. So this is whatever it is that I'm going to say. I'm not claiming that this represents how they feel. Okay, they have their own. They can. It's their culture, and so I will leave that to them. But in my ear, it just sounds too Western. So just like what Microcosmos said, it feels a little too much like it's very, very Western. They're making her sound very Western. I'm not sure if she started as a rapper or just made her rap the same way they did to Jennie and Lisa. But that's how it sounds to me. That they are trying to make her very, very Western, and that has always been the YG. Um, template. Like this is their sound. This is the YG sound. And I think, I guess, because I've heard so many already who are trying to sound very Western, I am looking for that thing that will represent more their Asian sound. Or then again, maybe I'm just very biased towards BTS, who's managed to do that. But that's what I'm looking for. However, she's 15, so maybe we just need to give her time to grow and sort of find her identity. But for now, because she is being trained in the YG sound, this is what she is sounding like. But we just need to give her time. She's 15. uh Now, her debuting at 15, is that right? That's another issue altogether. But she's 15, she's debuting, and this is how she sounds like. I just hope that eventually she finds her bearing and she finds her identity and she finds the kind of rapping that will actually work for her. Okay, yeah, please like the video. Where is that? Wait, please like the video. There you go. Okay. That is for our news and for our updates. Existing psychology, that is a fair point. What is the point of existing psychology? Maybe she sounds very Western because she is Western. She grew up in the West. I guess that makes her half Western. Okay. Rap has versatile techniques, but I'm not a fan of rap concentrated on flows. I get you. I get you. Okay, me too, because YG used a lot of hip hop and urban Western style as inspiration. It's very YG. The sound is very YG. JK debuted at that age too. Yes, he did debut at that age. Miss Fairlane, your titles in the last month has been scary. Are you turning against Hype or Big Hit? Me? I'm not turning against anybody. Okay, it's just that we are actually going to discuss the legal troubles of Bang Si Hyuk. So RM1, the AMA, yes, Tickles World. We've discussed it last live, because during the live is when we learned, when it was announced online, that he won the favorite K-pop for AMA. I've made a post on X, and I've also made a post on Patreon. So, yes, we're very much celebrating his victory. Congratulations to our leader. Okay. No, this is the largest headline. The largest headline? What do you mean? The largest headline. Okay. I really got you super upset. Oh, don't be upset. Okay. Let's discuss it so you don't get upset and try to understand what's actually happening. Okay, so as I think everybody knows by now, before we go to this, do you have any questions about about our news and updates? Any questions? Just want to remind everybody of our schedule. Where is our schedule? We have a schedule. Okay. I will find their schedule in a bit, but we have a schedule, and that is the release date of the boys. Okay. Um, okay. Before we get to, I don't want to, let's stop. So Solo Jimin's fans are mad. I hope that instead of concentrating on the Solo fans, we concentrate on the members. I hope that's what we do. Because I've created this space so that you guys can get away from things that trigger you online, right? And hearing solos, hearing this fan wars, hearing armies turn against each other, all this competition, it's so stressful and really a little sad, because this we don't used to we're not like this before. So I hope that in this channel, instead of like mentioning the solos, we can just mention the members, right? So like, let's celebrate that RM actually won. He's made history. It has been, no one has won that award since 20, what, 2030, 20, wherever, ever since they started winning that award. No one else has won that award, and then it's him. So we kind of kept that within the family. So let's concentrate on them. And then, all of this talks about oh, Jimin is happy for RM. I am sure Jimin is happy for RM, right? He's happy for RM, and I am sure that if it was Jimin who won, RM would have been as happy. So let's leave those solos. There are times we discuss them, but most of the time, let's just concentrate on the members. There's so much to celebrate, right? So OT7 for life. Okay. Yes, I'm just happy. Correct, Michelle. I'm just happy that someone from BTS won. So all of those stressful people fighting on on X or on Facebook, or let's leave them alone and let's just concentrate on the boys. We're here for the boys, not for those solos. Okay. All right. Let's just be happy. Let's celebrate. It's a happy day. Okay. Okay, let's talk about Bang Si Hyuk so that we all get informed about what's happening. I'm pretty sure that all of you have heard of the headline: Financial Supervisory Service investigates allegation of fraudulent illegal trading at the time of Bang Si Hyuk's HYBE IPO. So this is automatically translated online. That's why it's not properly uh, spelled out. Okay, so the thing is that this when this happened, I quite honestly I wasn't surprised because many of the CEOs of the companies of labels right now, K-pop management companies, have actually been convicted of finance related crimes. And one actually got convicted of a criminal crime, a criminal case. So YG's founder Yang Yun Suk was actually convicted of a drug related concealing drug scandal. Is what he was convicted for, and then he had other cases, but the others were dismissed. Here he got a 2-year suspended sentence. So he was convicted of a crime, and this is a criminal case. He was convicted. So Yang Yun Suk, founder and former head of K-pop agency, because this happened during the time of Burning Sun scandal. And when that happened, he stepped down during the scandal because it was affecting the business and the value of the company. They stepped down. So he was convicted of. So when the case after the case concluded, he was actually convicted of a crime. Okay. Robin Carr, isn't this an old story? No, it is not an old story. I will explain. Okay. Um, so then even Yi Suman was convicted 2 years of imprisonment, but with a 3-year suspended sentence, and he was put on probation. But he was also convicted of embezzlement. So that is not something special. And then at Ronaline said, Ate, honestly, I took a break with all social media because this past few months it's getting noisier and stressful. It's kind of getting into me because before, like you said, we were not like this. Yes. Okay, let's finish the Bang Si Hyuk thing first. You know, the aside from this is not though very although these CEOs of management companies have been convicted of crimes, the big ones, the giant ones, also have been convicted of crimes. And I'm talking chebos. So Lee Jae-yong, which is the Samsung prince, because he was supposed to inherit, or probably he still is going to inherit Samsung. So he's the son of the chairman of Samsung. So he was convicted of a crime. So I'll share with you this article if I find it. Okay. Here you go. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, not that one. Okay. Okay. So, are you seeing it? Okay, yeah. So he was connected. So if you remember the president that was impeached and went to jail, sued and went to jail because of corruption. Park Geun-hye, that's the name, Park Geun-hye. He was caught and he was proven bribing, giving bribes to that president. So he bribed that president, and That is one of the reasons she was put in jail. She was convicted and then she was jailed. But this guy was pardoned. So this was clear, and they have all the receipts proving that he bribed her. And still, he was able to get away with it. He was pardoned. So in South Korea, it is very common for these big names to be convicted, but they don't seem to have, no one, it's very rare that they actually serve their sentences. It's usually suspended sentence or whatever. So when this happened, it wasn't surprising to me that a big name in the finance, or a big name in their industry, would be dragged into a case like this, because they've done it to people who actually are richer than Bang Si Hyuk. So this is nothing new. Okay. And certainly nothing new in K-pop. Okay. Where's that? Okay. So let's go back to his case. All right. Let's discuss it. So according to the article, the financial investment industry on the 28th, the Financial Supervisory Service, or FSS, has secured evidence that Chairman Bang lied to shareholders during the listing process of HYBE by saying there were no plans for an initial public offering, and is investigating him on charges of fraudulent and unfair trading under the Capital Market Act. Okay. So, according to the industry, Chairman Bang signed a contract with private equity fund, established an acquaintance of Chairman Bang to share 30% of the profit from the sale if shares before listing HYBE in 2020, and received about 400 billion won. Okay, so the question is, so this equity fund purchase received HYBE shares from existing investors such as institutional investors and venture capitalists. So the question is, uh, what makes this thing illegal if they prove it to be right? Okay, if they prove it to be right, what makes it illegal? This is governed under three specific laws: Article 174, Article 178, and the disclosure obligation under Article 159 and 161. I guess four. So I've consulted a lawyer. However, I just want to make it clear that I am not a lawyer, and this is meant to be an initial research. This is not financial advice. And if you want to understand it better, you talk to a lawyer or you watch the YouTube videos of actual lawyers. There is a specific YouTube channel that is run by a Korean lawyer, and he's pretty good at explaining these things. So this is meant only as an initial explanation, not a comprehensive one. Okay, so what he did essentially is not disclose to existing shareholders that he's going to do IPO, right? He did not tell them that. However, they are arguing, FSS, the Financial Service Department, is arguing that he was already planning to go public when this happened. In other words, he lied to existing investors. Okay. And that is governed by this. He basically, what he did was he violated these four laws. Okay. Now, first is, so what makes his thing illegal? One is unfair violation and missed profits. So, for example, if shareholders were told there were no IPOs, because there, so for example, if you're a shareholder of my company and you want to hold on to your share only if it's going to go public, because that means your share will go up, right? So once it goes public, it usually goes up. And I told you, no, we're actually not going to go up. We're not going to go public. So you might think, okay, well, then I'm just going to let this go right now. So I will sell it because you don't have any plans of doing IPO. And um I think this is not even alleged or juror. I'll get to that. So he's so if you're the investor, you're gonna go, okay, I need the money now. Maybe I can just use it somewhere else. I'm gonna let go of my shares. Now, what FSS is actually arguing is that by that time, Bang Shiuk, was already planning to go public. So he lied to his existing investors. Now, what he did was, so for example, you're the existing investor. So I told you, yeah, I'm not actually gonna go IPO. So what you did was sell your shares, right? You sold your shares because you can't wait. You need the money for whatever. So you sold your shares to a fund, an investment fund, and in that dealings, Bang Shiyok made money. Okay, so that's basically what they're saying happened. So you weren't able to get the proper information to make the proper judgment in relation to your investment. So another violation is the information asymmetry or insider advantage. So insiders can benefit from the non-public information while regular shareholders made decisions based on false signals. So basically what happened, what FSS is saying is that the Bang Shiyuk is the only one who knows the entire picture. But the other investors don't know anything. They don't know anything. So they're just basically going by what Bang Shiyuk is telling them will happen. And what he told them is that there is no IPO in plan, even though he was already planning an IPO. Okay, so they call it the insider advantage. Bang Shiyuk had the advantage of knowing the complete pictures, but the other investors don't. Okay. Next, distorted market behavior. So if a company falsely signals that it's not going public, it impacts share price movements, investor confidence, and liquidity in second share markets. Okay, so if because I gave you the wrong information, you will make decisions that will affect other things in the industry, including investor confidence. Now, you based your decision on my word. Okay, if I'm Bang Shiuk and my word is that it's not gonna go IPO, and you're like, yeah, no, then I'm gonna let go of my share. Okay. Now, what do prosecutors need to do? So those are the cases that they can file against Bang Shiuk. But what do they need to present to the court to convict Bang Shiuk? So these are the things that they need to present to the court in order to prove that he is guilty. Number one, they need to prove material misrepresentation or omission, meaning Bang Shiuk actually um, intended to mislead the investors. He knowingly lied to the investors. So if I'm Bang Shiyuk, I knowingly lied to you. I knew that this is going to affect the way that you're going to make your decisions on your investment, but I still lied to you. Okay, it has to be material, meaning it can't be just a word. People have to present proof that they were lied to. So you can't just say, "Yeah, I heard him say it." You can't do that. Or one of the witnesses says, "No, he told me that." Okay, what's your proof that he told you that? If it is just a word, you cannot. That is not a material evidence. It has to be physical proof that Bang Shiyuk lied. Okay. Now the thing is, in the article, one of the articles that was published, it was very clear. According to reports, the Financial Supervisory Services Division, Investigation Division 2 has secured circumstantial evidence that Bang Shiyuk lied to investors in 2019 by saying there are no plans to go IPO. So they don't have material evidence. And for them to convict him, they need material evidence as opposed to what FSS has right now, which is circumstantial evidence. And this is what was published by the media. They have circumstantial evidence, no material evidence. And what they need is material evidence. Also, there are inconsistencies. Previous reports stated they did not disclose. Okay, so this is what Robin Carr was referring to. Previously, there were reports that, so this came out already back in 2024, I think, or 2023. Now, in the initial explanation, Bang Shiyuk said that, yeah, we did not disclose certain things. He said he did not disclose certain things. So, well, not him, but the lawyers, that they did not disclose certain things because it will not affect what's going to happen to the shares of the minor investors. Okay, I'll show it to you. Um, Is it okay? Yeah. So this is the article. In here, they were talking about the agreement stated that PEFs with stakes in HYBE after their investment in 2018 and 2019 should share with Bank 30% of their profit. Okay, so this is his deal with the investors. Okay, let's see here if I can catch it. Give me 1 second. Okay, the unusual practice, this part. It is unusual. So, this is the initial article published back in 2023 or 2024. It is unusual, 2024. It is unusual for a company's largest shareholder to profit from its own sake by signing a shareholders agreement just before an IPO. Okay, that's what the market analyst said. At the heart of the controversy is the absence of a proper report about the shareholders' agreement between Bang and PF shares that profit from shared divestitures after the IPO. So basically, HYBE did not disclose. There you go. HYBE did not disclose the PEF Bang agreement to the Bang signed with the Korean exchange during its IPO review process. Okay, let me make this clearer. So what this report is saying is that even back in 2024, they already knew that Bang Sihyuk did not disclose certain things to the investors about what's going to happen in the IPO. So he knew that it was intentional. It was intentional that he didn't disclose it. And he said that the reason he did not disclose that, his deal with PEFs and to the intention to go public, was because it wasn't going to affect, after analysis of experts, whatever is going to happen in the IPO was not going to affect the shares of the shareholders, the value of the shares of the shareholders. Is that clear? Let me know if it's not clear. So again, back in 2023 or 2024, they already knew that HYBE or Bang Sihyuk did not disclose his plans to go IPO because it wasn't going to affect the value of the shares of the minor shareholders. Okay. All right. Um, let's proceed. Now, the other thing is um, here, this is what you guys were talking about, that this is old news. The financial supervisory service initially handled HYBE case. This was them. They initially handled HYBE case to violations of securities report descriptions, but they switched the investigation. So they were investigating them in 2023, 2024. They didn't find anything that can convict him. And so they switched the investigation. So now, instead of just investigating the documents, they are investigating actual illegal trade. So the old news is the first one. Okay, 2024, they investigated him related to violations of securities report descriptions. They were simply investigating if his report descriptions were wrong. But this time, they're investigating if there were actually unfair trade practices. So the first part is old news, the wrong descriptions, because they're investigating him for another case now. The department in charge of also changed from Investigation Department 3 to Investigation Department 2. Department 2 investigates more grave cases, so graver cases, worse cases. So if it is a worse case, they go higher in the department. So this is not department number 2. The next step would be department number 1. All right. So is that clear? That first part, they let go of that case. They couldn't find anything. His description was correct. They can convict him. They changed the case. Okay. I hope that's clear. And I got this from here. Okay. From that link. So the focus has shifted. Instead of just checking paperwork errors, the FSS has switched their focus to whether actual illegal trading happened. That means now they suspect unfair or fraudulent business actions like manipulating the system to benefit insiders while misleading regular investors. Now, this is my issue with this. In the first one, when they couldn't find anything wrong with the actual one, they went for the worst case, for the heavier case. But in the second case, because all they got is circumstantial, it seems to me that they are starting with the assumption that he is guilty, and they're looking for proof that he is guilty, right? Because they're saying that there's actually fraudulent business action, that there is an illegal trading that happened. How can you go to that conclusion, to that theory, not even conclusion, but how can you go to that conclusion if your initial investigation and the documents yielded nothing? That means that you're assuming something and now you're looking for proof to prove your theory. Okay. I hope that whatever I'm saying actually makes clear, is actually clear, makes sense. So if not, just ask a question and I will clarify it. So they move the case from General Department Investigation Department 3. So General Investigation is just Department 3 to Serious Crime Unit, which is Department 2, and that handles high profile or urgent financial crimes. This tells us that authorities are now treating this like a big deal than before. How can you treat a case that yielded nothing in the first phase and make it worse? I would understand if it was worse and then bad. But this one is worse. You did this bad. You didn't find anything. You made it worse. So yes, it is a witch hunt. They are looking for something to convict him. They want him in jail. They want to smear his name. They want him to pay. Okay, so um, these are the things that the prosecutor has to prove. They have to prove that he intended to deceive or gain unfair advantage. So Bang intended to deceive investors, or he intended to gain something out of that deal. And in this case, they are saying because he got paid, it means that he knew that if the investors move the way that he wants them to move, he will get some money. Okay, so intent, that's very important. They need to prove his intent, not just aside from the material evidence, they also have to prove intent. Okay, they also have to prove undisclosed insider deal, and it has to be material, meaning whatever this insider deal has to be documented, there has to be paper trail, and it has to have resulted in personal gain. And in this case, because Bang Sihyuk earned 400 billion won, then for them that is personal gain. Okay, next, they also have to prove that he used non-public material information, meaning he used information that only he knew to gain the advantage. So in this case, because only he knew that they were going to go IPO, they were going to go public, then that for them is a non-public material information. Okay, next. They also have to prove that he caused harm to others. So the result of that deal has to prove that you as an investor actually got harmed. And in this case, they probably can prove that because when went public, the shares went up 290, I guess, before it actually collapsed. And so people can actually argue that they could have made some gains when the share actually went up to 290. They would have made some gains, so they can actually prove that. Okay, so what evidence will help the prosecutors? What pieces of evidence? They need to present emails, messages, internal memos showing IPO preparation during the denial period. Meaning, while Bang Shiyok was telling these investors we're not going to go IPO, there should already be some emails, messages, and internal memos stating that he was in fact already preparing for an IPO. There has to be documentations of the secret contract between Bang Si Hyuk and the PEF, the investors. Bank records, meaning that bank records showing that he profited 400 billion won, and testimonies of investors or company insiders. So those that actually knew that he was preparing for an IPO while he was telling the investors there will be no IPO, they have to provide their testimonies and their statements and timelines showing IPO related actions contradicting public statement. Okay, so these are the things that they need to prove. At the end of this, I just want you all to remember that HYBE has great lawyers, and this is not our battle to fight. It's nice to be informed, especially if you are going to start investing. If you want to start investing in the market, it would be nice to understand if you want to build your own business, put up your own business, or if you have a business and you plan to take it, you make it to go IPO. These things are very, very important because it helps you understand the worst case scenarios. However, if you are just a fan, and I'm not saying that there's something wrong with just being a fan, but if you have no business, if you don't have any interest in putting up your own business or going into the stock market, then this has no bearing. HYBE has great lawyers. They are well paid. They will take care of this. This is not a battle for us to fight. Our business should only be in BTS. And this has nothing to do with BTS. B- Bang Si-hyuk isn't even the CEO of Big Hit, and Big Hit is a private company. Okay, so let us just always remember that our job is to just support BTS, and Bang Si-hyuk and his lawyers will take care of troubles like this. Now, always remember, I've mentioned this several times already, that there is a pattern, right? There is a pattern. Each time BTS is going to do a comeback as a group or as individuals, there will always be something that will come up. And I am not surprised that they're doing this now, because all the efforts or attempts to break down HYBE or Bang Si-hyuk failed in the 3 years that they've had the time. In the 3 years that BTS has not been active, nothing they have done actually worked. BTS remains to be the most successful group, most successful act in any measure globally, and the members remains to be the most successful soloists from Asia in any measure. So, what do? They go after the creator, the perceived creator of BTS, the guy who started it all, and that is Bang Si-hyuk, thinking that because Bang Si-hyuk is highly connected to BTS, if they destroy and jail him, that's going to affect BTS. And you know what we can do to not be affected? So they can do what I'm not saying, like, let's not care about Bang Shuk. I mean, I have sympathy for the guy. I think, honestly, I think I'm sure he's done a lot of, I've mentioned this before. You don't become that successful if you haven't stepped on some toes along the way. You will not be successful in this tough business environment if you didn't make some enemies. So I'm sure he's done some very, very difficult things. But largely, I think he's fair. I think he's a good guy. So my sympathies for him. But but I am not a stan of Bang Si-hyuk. I'm a stan of BTS. I'm an army. For me, BTS at this stage is independent. They can operate on their own. They do not need Bang Si-hyuk. They don't need Bang Si-hyuk. They haven't needed Bang Si-hyuk in a while. So let's not get affected. Like, while the world is like Bang Si-hyuk is this, well, let's let the lawyers defend them. They'll take care of it. Now they have a PR company in the US who's very good at what they do. They always get into they always hit the headlines here in the US. They'll take care of it. Let's just concentrate on BTS. That is our business. Okay, there's a lot that you do. I'm speaking as an entrepreneur. I'm not. My business is so small. It's a very, very small business, but even with a small business, you really get into a lot of legal things, not necessarily like legal battles, but legal things. And so I'm not surprised that the bigger you grow, the more troubles you're going to get into, right? And so this is all part of his growth, the part of the growth of Hybe and Big Hit, and the part of the journey of Bang Si-hyuk as an entrepreneur. As for BTS, they are totally separate from all of this. They have nothing to do with this. All they did was get gifted the share that they very well receive, a share of the company that they very, very well deserved, right? So they deserve that share and more. So let the lawyer handle these things. Just don't let BTS fall. That is the point of it all. Now, as I've said, was very thankful to the lawyer that actually went through this. But just remember, this is not a legal advice. And as I've mentioned before I started all of that, that all he knows about the case is what he was reading on the newspaper. So whatever assessment he provided, it was all reliant on what was written on the papers. Now, there may be things we don't know. There are probably things we don't know that will come into play. But again, those are not as important as the fact that BTS is about to make the return. And we just have to be prepared that as the comeback actually nears, as each of them comes out of the military and they come back as a group again, more scandals are gonna come up, and some will be very, very personal. Some will be distorted information. Some will be outright lies. So just keep your focus on the music of BTS. But I hope that by now you are already very, very familiar with the pattern. Before a comeback, as a group or as individuals, there will always be something that will come up. Let's get used to it. They are not going to stop. And the if we allow them to affect us in our support of BTS, then they're winning because you're giving them way too much power over how we're going to support the artist or how we're going to behave that day. So instead of convincing others to stream or tell others of the good things that BTS is doing, we're just fighting people who don't know what they're talking about anyway, right? So concentrate on BTS, let the lawyers take care of this one. And all the other things that will come up in the future. Most likely, my guess is that at some point there's going to be a dating scandal, there's going to be this and that. And these guys are well in their 30s. Like Jungkook is almost in his 30s. So it's natural that they're going to be dating or have dated. So whatever we hear, let's just cheer them on. For as long as they're happy and healthy, that's what we should do. Okay. 524 watching with 12 likes. Please like the video. Please like the video. Like the video. I just report them. That's it. That is a good thing. Just report them. But yeah, someone actually told me that she wouldn't even recommend reacting at all, even if it is whatever, because it's still engagement, which is a good point. Don't even react. Just do the 3:1. One negative thing, do three positive things. Okay. I'm hoping for news that one of them is married and has a kid. Yeah, I mean, I'm still hoping that they will spread the genes. Those are premium genes, and we need premium people. Right? How many times have you seen someone having so many kids, and in your head, you're like, yeah, you shouldn't breed, right? And we have 7 boys here, 7 men. And I'm thinking you should breed a lot because these are premium people. Okay. Oh, Me Too said that there are almost 200 likes. I honestly think that the majority of them have dated or is dating. I just don't care. Correct. I mean, why will they not date? Give me a reason why they will not date. They're all good looking. They're all very, very kind. They're all, as far as we know, because we don't know them personally, they're all very successful, smart, and rich. Of course, they're going to date. Right? Okay. We have a question. Hello there. In the event of imprisonment, who can replace Bang Shiuk as chairman? How would this possibly how this possibility affect artists he's currently working with? Would this tank Hybe and his artist roster? No. Did it tank SM Entertainment when he was convicted of a crime? When Lee Suman was convicted of a crime, it didn't. Right? How did it tank YG Entertainment when Yang Yun Sok was convicted of a crime? It didn't. He's actually back. He might have, maybe Bang Shiuk will go on a hiatus and maybe do what Yang Yun Suk did. So what Yang Yun Suk did was resign as the CEO. He was at that time the CEO of well, no, he was the his brother was the CEO and he was performing another or his title was something else, but I'm sure that he was basically the CEO. So he let go of that title and then, but he didn't let go of his share. He remained to be the biggest shareholder of YG Entertainment. And so I think that's what's going to happen. If he gets convicted, he's probably going to keep his share, but resign as whatever, chairman or whatever. Now, the good thing about the setup of Hybe is that they're each label is actually independent. And now we're sort of realizing the advantage of the setup that they have because each label actually has their own independence. So they are set up so that they can operate independently creatively, and then you have shared resources so that in the business side they can tap those resources and operate from business perspective. They don't need Bang Shiuk. Bang Shiuk resigned as the CEO of HYBE because he wanted to concentrate in production, and that was what he has been doing. So if, for example, he gets to a point where he can't do that anymore, then somebody else will produce. That's what's going to happen. Maybe Sokjin is going to finally become the CEO of Big Hit. Who knows? And then eventually the CEO of HYBE. So these things, a company as big as HYBE is already set up so that no one person is indispensable. When you're building a company, small or big, the first thing that you do is set it up so that even without you, things go smoothly. And I am speaking as an entrepreneur. You do that so that, because otherwise, if you micromanage, then you won't grow. The company won't grow because the only thing that you're going to be doing is running the company, and that takes up a lot of time. And so what you want to do, and many great businessmen do, is to set up the company so that no one person is indispensable. And so that's where the struggle actually happens. Your goal as an employee is to be indispensable, right? The company has to need you so that you do not get fired, right? That's what you need. That's your goal as an employer, an employee. But we as employers, our goal is to make sure that none of you is indispensable. So that if you do something that will not benefit the company, or if your culture isn't anymore consistent or compatible with the culture of the company, then I can just get rid of you. So those are the two those are the polar opposites, but that's really what's happening. If you hire somebody really really good, my first goal is to duplicate the skill of that person in a form that will be easily controllable, so that I'm not fully dependent on that person. And then that person's goal is to continue evolving so that I don't catch up as an employer. So that's how they set up HYBE. Each label can operate on its own independently, and no person in that roster is independent. That's probably why they are rotating their CEOs, so that the CEOs, every person will have expertise in different fields. One leaves, somebody can take over. Okay. Um, let's look for other questions. Do we think Te has a new dog? I don't know. I think a movie in Jin's future. I don't want to. The reason I usually scroll through questions like that is unless they, because that's something personal, right? So unless they share, then I don't want to, like, I know it's a dog, so it's not super, super personal or intimate as, having a personal relationship. But still, unless I don't want to be put in a situation where I will be curious and look for clues, because I might stumble upon photos that they did not approve to be posted. Yeah. So I'm not like intentionally ignoring your question. I just don't want to be tempted. Jungkook said recently that he's not going to get married. He wants to concentrate on his career and his military duties. If that's what he wants, whatever he wants. Jin hit a small hit now. I know it was like a small hit. Maybe. So next step for him. So he now has small hit. The next step would be medium hit and then big hit. Um, he might resign as an idol. That would get the media going. Okay. Do you want to go to the next topic? Do we have any other question? I think they are attacking Bang Si Hyuk to disqualify him from testifying against Kakao. Do you think that's a possibility? Uh, mm, no. By the time, is it a possibility? No. That those are two independent cases. Those are two independent cases. But it could be retaliation, right? Like why now is a question of a lot of you were asking earlier when I was discussing it, and it could be because they want because of what he did. He sued Kakao, and now he's about to testify against them, and because of the return of BTS. Okay, I want to work for small. I've worked for that for free. I don't see JK getting married. Jin is not interested in action. He just mentioned it earlier. Ah, hope sized hit lol. Hope hit. So should they have their own each of them? Like the leader hit, hope hit, something like that. I do believe it is retaliation. It could be retaliation. It could have been planned a long time ago, and they waited until BTS is about to get discharged to actually start this, right? Because a lot of you are correct. Why now? Like that took you 5 months to establish. So, at what time is live voting, please? I'm not sure what time is live voting. Okay, do you want to get to the next topic? Okay, let's talk about this girl. This not just this girl, but this podcasters. So they claimed that they know someone or that they heard some news that IU and Jennie and other idols may be paid for a night. So they said that it doesn't matter who they are. And this girl in green specifically mentioned IU. Although, in all fairness to her, I don't think she was specifically saying it's IU. She's saying like any idol like IU. Like probably that IU was on top of her mind for, I mean, obvious reasons. She's one of probably the most popular K-pop idol, female K-pop soloist. So she mentioned that they can get paid 500,000 for a night, and do you know what that 500,000 will get them? And then this guy in black said that he saw a video and his buddy, well, someone he went to a camp with, showed him a video, and it was Jennie, and that he paid her for a night. Okay, so obviously it caused an uproar in social media, obviously, right? And I wasn't surprised. Okay, so just several things. He actually apologized, and this is his whole apology. So this is actually the second message or second post that he made. Initially he was like, oh chill, I didn't mean any malice, I'm going to support Jennie. And then later on he posted this apology and said that he most of you have never watched. Basically what he's saying in this apology is that number one, this content wasn't supposed to go public because this is a content, an additional content meant for their premium subscribers, right? So maybe, for example, if you have, like me, I have a Patreon and I have subscribers who are actually paying. So as an add-on, a bonus to those that are paying me extra, I will release additional content. So this part of the podcast was meant for those who are paying extra to them. That's one. Second, so it wasn't meant to go out. Second is that there it was, because it was clipped, it was taken out of context. That if you actually hear the entire conversation, this is what he's saying. Okay, this is the summary of his statement. If you listen to the whole podcast, what they're actually saying is that it's disgusting that these things are happening or these things are being talked about. That it didn't sound like that with the clip that was released, but he's saying that's the act, that's the conversation. And so he's asking that people actually go and listen to that conversation, to that podcast. Now, just want to make something clear. Prostitution is illegal in Korea of any form. And it doesn't matter whether it happened here in the US, Zimbabwe, Turkey, Africa, or in Korea, it's illegal. So if if this happened, they were paid and in exchange of sex, that by definition, by legal definition, it is prostitution. So I don't condone, and I definitely do not approve of anybody violating the law of their country. Just wanted to make it clear. I'm not saying like, oh, it's okay, everybody can should just get paid for sex. I'm not saying that. um and also, like, I just don't agree with prostitution in general. But just to make it clear, it is not my place to judge those who actually do it. So if I know of a sex worker, I am not going to judge them. I'm not going to say they're bad people or they're whatever, because it's not my place to judge. I am here to love, and I often fail in that job, and of course to forgive. Judgment is not mine to give. So if someone is doing it, they have reasons to do it. I cannot, I won't be judging them. It is not my place. Just wanted to make it clear. However, I also am not endorsing people to violate the law of their country. And in Korea, prostitution is illegal. Okay. However, I also don't agree with all of South Korea's law. Just as I don't agree with the law, with every law of the US or every law of my home country, the Philippines, or every law of whatever country. So there's a lot of laws I don't agree with. And because luckily I live in a free country, the United States of America, I can say that because I have the freedom of expression. I can say I do not agree with this law. Now, it doesn't mean that I have the freedom to violate them. I just don't agree with it. Okay, so in this specific law, I don't agree, right? Okay, but I'm not saying that people should violate it. I'm just saying I don't agree. And I have the right to say that because it's a free country. Okay, I hope those things are clear. Now, if it is true, if what they're saying in this podcast is true, my only concern is that they let's just hope that that they are doing it willingly, right? That they are doing this because they want to, not because they are being forced to. Because if they are being forced to, then heads have to roll. People have to be jailed. Cases need to be filed. Okay. So I hope that they're not being forced to do this at the very least. So just want to make it clear, just, and even if they're not being forced to do it doesn't mean that I agree with it. Okay. Now, next question. Can these podcasters get away with what they said? Sylvia is so confused. Sylvia, in that podcast, the podcaster said that idols, specifically women, idols can be paid money in exchange of sex, is what they're saying. Okay. Now, can they get away with it? Can they get away with it? I'll deal with your questions in a bit. Can they get away with it? So a statement is defamatory because this is defamation. A statement is defamatory if, number one, it is not true. So if it is false, then it is defamatory. If it is harmful, if it is published, so harmful meaning it caused damage to the person. It's not always, if you've seen that interview I did with a lawyer, he very, very succinctly explained what may be harmful and what is a damage. It's not always money. So it can be reputation, but there has to be ways on how you can prove that there is damage. So next is that it has to be published. So if it is between two people, that's not published. But if it was published to the public, then yes. It also has to be made without proper verification, meaning before making that statement, you didn't do any kind of fact checking, you didn't do any kind of research, then that is defamatory. Okay. With actual malice, if it is public figure, meaning you knew that it was a false statement and you were reckless about it, whether it was true or not. Now, do remember, especially in the US and even in Korea, when the person being defamed is a public figure, the law is more tolerant, meaning it gives the person who defamed the artist or the celebrity a bit more leeway because the person is a celebrity, right? So if you are a public figure, a podcaster, an artist, an actor, any kind of public figure, and someone said, this person is so whatever, ugly, let's just say, this person is so ugly, the law is going to say, you just expect that kind of comments. You're a public figure. So there's a bit more leeway in the favor of the person who's doing the defamation. Okay, so the ceiling to prove if I'm suing, for example, if I'm a celebrity, if I'm suing somebody who defamed me, the ceiling to prove that they are doing something defamatory is higher. There's more for me to prove. So remember, for them to be convicted of defamation, all of this have to be fulfilled. It has to be false, it has to be harmful, and for it to be harmful, there has to be proof. It has to be published. It should have been made without proper verification and with actual malice. Without any of that, if only 4 out of the 5 are present, then it would not be defamatory. Okay. So the question now, these people need to ask themselves, okay, are this was it true? Was it harmful? They definitely published it. Did they make any kind of checking before that? And was it malicious? So now the usual defense that the journalists actually put forward in cases like this is that they are just reporting the news. So for example, if I learned that the president of Zimbabwe was having an affair with the president of Turkey, right? I have proof. Not necessarily proof, but just whatever. Someone told me that they're having an affair, and I reported that. Hey, I learned that they're having an affair. Uh, that I can say that I'm just reporting the news because I heard it. Okay, they have to for it to be defamatory because that can be used as an excuse. But even if they're just reporting the news, if one, they keep on repeating a false and harmful accusation without proper context and proper fact checking, if they don't clearly attribute that information to a credible source, and if the rumor is being presented as a fact, then yes, that is still defamatory. You cannot use the just reporting the news excuse. In some cases, you can use that as an excuse, but if you keep on reporting the false and harmful accusation without proper context or fact checking, if you don't clearly attribute the information to a credible source, and if the rumor is presented as a fact, it will still be defamatory. Is that clear? Okay. Business. Okay. Now, in South Korea actually offers limited protection for journalists under its Press Arbitration Act and related media laws. In the US, I have the right to protect my source. Now, that protection goes in different levels in different states. But generally, I can say I can refuse to reveal my source because the law actually allows me to protect my source. There are very few instances it has happened when the court compels the journalist to reveal the source, but that's rare, very very rare, and many journalists would rather go to jail than reveal their source because it's going to destroy their reputation as a journalist. However, in South Korea, the law is not as strict as it is in the US. Courts can compel disclosure if the information is essential to the criminal investigation, cannot be obtained by other means, and the public and for public interest. So in this case, if they say, I have a source, if this podcaster say that they have a source, and the court says, okay, reveal your source, and they refuse, this this will have to go through this test. Is it a criminal investigation? If it is not a criminal investigation, you cannot compel me to reveal my source. Can you obtain that information by other means? And is there a public interest at stake here? Or is it just the reputation of these idols? Okay. I hope that's clear. So these four cases now, so those are the things on the legal end. And just like my disclaimer on the case of Bang Si Hyuk, I am not saying that this is a legal advice. This is just an initial research that you can use to do further research. Okay. Now, why my question beyond the legalities? Let's just assume that they actually have a reliable source and that they can present that source if the court compels them. My question is, if you know it is an illegal act, why not take legal action? Why do you broadcast this as a bonus for your paid subscribers? Why? Why? We know this is an illegal act in South Korea. So why don't you take legal action? Why take it into your podcast and destroy the lives of these women? Why? I can't think of any other acceptable reason why someone will say something like this so carelessly, so casually. If it is a legal act, take legal actions. Why do you broadcast it in a podcast for your paid subscribers? I can't wrap my head around it. I am a huge fan of IU. Um, I am not necessarily a fan of Jennie, but I still don't like what they did to her, specifically because she was the one mentioned. The guy claimed, I saw a video. I saw a video of Jennie and my friend, and the rest is history. Like you specifically said, you saw a video, which he later recanted, by the way. There's just no possible motive decent motive I can think of. If it is an illegal act, take it to the court. Why do this? So it's a little frustrating because celebrities are such easy targets. So it's just like nothing you can just say anything because the law favors heavily the ones that are defaming. So I understand that some podcasters have no intention of elevating their credibility. I understand that. I perfectly understand that they just are here. They're here because they just like talking, they like having an audience, but they don't necessarily want to elevate their credibility. But you shouldn't plunge your reputation either just for short-lived viral moment. Why say something like that and destroy your reputation? Now someone said like, no, the IU and Jennie should actually go through the same thing Suga went through. And I'm like, no, Suga shouldn't have gone through the things that he has gone through, and this too shouldn't go through the things that they are going through right now. It's just, it's so vile and it's so indecent for me. If if they have if they know for sure this was an illegal thing, they should have taken to the court instead of broadcasting it in the podcast. Now, that being said, he did apologize, as I've mentioned in the beginning of this presentation. So I will post the apology again. He apologized and he was like, initially he was dismissive, and then I guess he realized that, well, whatever it is that he realized, he apologized. Now, the question though is, people always deserve grace. People always deserve to receive grace more than we have to give it, right? So, who am I to not accept that apology? especially because I wasn't the one who was defamed. Right? So it is not for me to judge him or and her and the whole group because I wasn't the one who was defamed. But then also, he apologized. And to a certain degree, you do need to provide grace because, as I've said, people always have more right to receive grace than I have to give it. And also, I have been in a situation where I needed grace, did not deserve it, and was given grace. So that is it. That's the end of my rant. So let's go through some of your question. Are you hearing anything if IU or Jennie is suing? No, nothing yet. No word as to whether or not they're actually suing. No word as to whether or not they have made aware of this. I hope they were made aware of this so that at least they can take action. Okay. Another question. Two wrongs don't make it okay. At some point, things need to change. If we feel it was so horrendous, what happened, what Suga went through, why would any want that for another artist? Yeah, that I definitely agree. It still, I am still angry at what happened to Suga. But so right after what happened to Suga, that thing, um, that NCT member that is now in court for assault, for sexual assault, that happened, and it was so heavy for me, but I decided not to to cover the case because I felt just like Suga, he was being judged before he had his day in court. So I won't do anything to others what I don't want done to the people that I care for or admire. Okay. Let me see. Some more question. The only reason they did that was for money. Views, no other reason but money. Can Jennie sue? Yes, she can sue. Anybody can sue. Just like my interview with that lawyer. For those of you who haven't seen that interview with that entertainment lawyer, please go ahead and Ken is his name. It's on my YouTube channel. Please look and watch that video because he really explained a lot of issues. To him, he said he explained that every for anything that they encounter, their rule, his recommendation is to sue everybody. Just sue everyone. And then whatever case sticks, that's what they're gonna go after. So the answer to your question is that yes, Jennie can sue. And the one guy said he saw the tape of Jennie with his friend. If there is a tape video, where is it? Yeah, that guy said, the one that apologized said that he saw the tape, um, or that it was shown to him or something like that. Yeah. Even if he apologized, was his apology real or was it just lip service to save face? Yeah, but it goes to, I definitely agree with you, right? It's already frustrating when somebody does something. It's even more frustrating if they apologize and you have absolutely no idea whether they're sincere or not. But also on the other hand, you can also just like you I'm sure that you remember the book that Sugar read, and this is the courage to be disliked. In that book, The Courage to be Disliked, he discussed how the intention isn't actually your job to know. Like, you have to set a boundary when it comes to dealing with people. Like, it is not your job whether when they say something to determine whether they are sincere in what they are saying. Your only job is to act on what they said, but not to know the intention. So if somebody says, I admire you, you just have to take their word for it. Because if you mess with the intention, whether or not they're actually sincere, you are messing with something. You're getting bothered by something you have no control over. The only thing you have control over is your action. So if somebody says, I admire you, then the only thing you can say, oh, thank you, I appreciate that, or whatever. use that as an inspiration or whatever. But if you second guess yourself and think like, is he being honest? Is he being, is it whatever? You're just, you have no control over that. So don't mess with that. Don't think about that. Just take his word for it. He admires you, so move on with your life. Something like that. I'm not doing the book any justice, but read that book as well. I think I that was, if you're a member of my Patreon, I think I gave away a copy of that book. So Diamond membership, you get two copies, two books a month, and I believe one of the books that I gave away was The Courage to Be Happy. I'm going to give away the part of The Courage to Be, sorry, The Courage to Be Disliked, and then the next book is The Courage to Be Happy. Okay. Um, so interesting getting more information on all these issues. I'm naturally nosy when it comes to things like this. Phaedra, YouTubers accused Jennie of prostitution. Yes, I posted Phaedra on my on Patreon. Okay. General rule: always sue. That is what Ken said. So please, those of you who haven't watched that interview with the lawyer, oh my God, one of the best interviews I've ever gotten. You know, the joy of interviewing people now that I'm getting into that space of interviewing people is the kind of connection that I develop with some people. And he's one of those that I have actually gotten to be, you know, I've actually developed a good friendship with him. So, and we are probably going to do business together. So, anyway, so go, I got derailed. So, if you haven't seen that interview, please go to my YouTube channel, watch that interview. So in there, he actually said that, like, sue everybody, just just sue everybody, and then one of that will stick. Okay, was that agent lawyer? That was a good interview. Yes, he was a lawyer and was also an agent. He manages. I don't know if you guys watch. Um, what do you call this? Shark Tank. If you watch Shark Tank, I'm a huge fan of that show, even before I met Ken. But I'm a huge fan of that show, and Ken and he's actually managing Mr. Wonderful. So he told me some things about Mr. Wonderful. I was like, because during the before the interview, I was telling him, oh no, sorry. During the interview, I told him like he's not actually my favorite shark because he says so many like ridiculous things, and he said, oh, you know, he's a good family man, like he's still married to the same woman. Very much all about his family and his kids. So he said, like, you know, this is television, what you're seeing him is like just TV. Okay, actually reading that book, I can't say I agree with everything, and some topics I already knew. I'm enjoying the reading. Okay. Okay, well, we are 8 minutes away. Did I cover everything? I think I did, huh? Yeah, I think I did cover all the topics. So I will be, if Weverse charging for subtitles when members go live. Is Weverse charging? No, but you have to be a member. I mean, if you're asking if you need to pay extra, no, you don't have to pay extra. Sterling Media is the law firm of Ken. Yes. I hope HYBE has its list of people and entities to sue since last year's circus. I'm sure they do. I mean, quarterly we get an update from them about the people that they sue and the result of the lawsuit. So I am pretty confident that they actually have a list. Yeah. I'm buying translation earbuds before they are back. Oh wow, translation earbuds. Good night, Han. I only got 15 minutes here. There are fan clubs for individual BTS members. Yeah, I mean they have solo followers. They have like um, fans that are just for each member. I've mentioned that many times, and I'm sure that I will. People will keep on asking what my stand is when it comes to solos, but I've made it plenty clear that for me, they are okay. They're part of the ecosystem for as long as they are not doing or saying anything against other members. I'm cool with them. There are many of these fan clubs, of an individual member that are in contact with me, and I've always make it clear to them in the beginning Just as long as you do not say anything against other members, we're cool. So they're part of the ecosystem. Obviously, if you see the numbers, then you know how they're actually affecting the careers of the boys. So they're there whether or not we like them. Preferably, I don't like them. I mean, preferably they don't exist, right? Preferably every fan is an OT7 fan. But that's just not the reality. So my only line, my very very strict line is that don't attack other members, and we're cool. I have membership, and you have to buy the monthly digital too, right? Yes, yes, you do have to buy. 1 second. Yes, so you do have to buy the digital membership to get the subtitles. But if your question, I thought your question was, do you need to pay like a one-time separate fee just to get the translation during their live? The answer is no. Also, um, there's not all. I think they're not able to translate real time when they go live without telling the agency in advance, because the live translator isn't there. So like in the last live stream of Jungkook when he went on a vacation, there wasn't a live translation, and he explained that because he did it like rush last minute. He wasn't able to inform the agency. So I guess the translator wasn't there. Rona said, ate napansin ko lang, parang sa Boys Lang Natin BTS ang may live translation. She's saying that she just noticed that only BTS actually has live translations. For others, there's no live translation. uh Wait. So I have done my bias for Lesser of Him. In Lesser of Him is Yoonjin. Does she have? Oh, you know what? Because Yoonjin actually does English only live stream, and those are the ones that I watch, and so I don't really notice whether there is a live translation when she does Korean live stream. Runjin this week didn't work real time subs even with digital membership. But subtitles on Weavers are guest titles even with digital membership. Yeah, digital membership is $5 a month. Okay. Um, that was such a treat when JK surprised us with that live translation. I want to see your shoes. I'm a shorty too. But, okay, wait for 30 seconds and I'll get it. Is that okay? Wait 30 seconds. I'll show you the shoes. The legendary shoes. Asan na yung shoes? Look how big. I told you it's 8 inches. Okay. So, unboxing. Wait. It's big. Thank goodness Yunjin speaks English. Okay, wait. That's a bag. Okay. There you go. So I will be this much taller. I'm going to be this much taller. It's so funny. So, I can't walk on this. I definitely can't walk on this. So I'm probably gonna buy like one of those foldable slippers so that on my way to the venue, I'll wear the slippers and I'll just hand carry this. But it's my only chance to actually see from where I was sitting. So this is going to be my official concert shoes. Because there's just no way in hell I can actually walk on this. But also, if I don't wear something like this, there's no way in hell I'll be able to I'll be able to see anything while there's a concert going on. So now I'm just gonna I won't be walking in this. I can't. I can't even wear like regular heels because I fall. I trip. So this is going to be my regular. So the people in New Jersey will be able to see me, but only on day two. So and only during the concert. So on my way to the venue, I will just hand carry this, and then yeah, I won't be walking on the shoes. Um, Robin said you will totally need photos of that. Okay. I was looking for something plain. I was looking for something plain. So I was looking like for like whatever plain color, even if it's red or whatever, it's just but there's nothing. This is the only one that is 8 inches, and this is the highest. There's no more 10 inch. If I find a 10 inch one, I probably would have gotten that. But 8 is the highest that they have. And then there's nothing but this like this design because yeah, just there's nothing. This is the only one. And then I figured like, well, it's not like I'm going to wear this on an ordinary day, right? I'm only going to be wearing this during the concert. So it's fine if even if they have like mushroom or whatever design. It's not like I'm going to use that on an everyday basis. So there you go. That's my shoes. And I've been saying that I actually have it, but I've never shown it to you. Now you've actually seen it. So there you go. I haven't tried it. So, but whatever. How long are my pants? I have one long pants. The pants that I have will probably go up to here. I think it's really long. So up to here, maybe. So, and it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna walk on this. So okay, I hope I made you laugh at the very least because it made me laugh when I got it. I was laughing when I bought it and I was laughing when I got it. So, Jason, hindi ka makakatalon dyan. Like, I can't. But if I don't wear it, I won't be able to see anything. Okay, the outfit needs to be colorful as well. You know, I was really planning, like, if he's going to make it fun, I also want to wear something fun. But, like, I don't know, like a tuna upper wear, like have a tuna costume or something. I don't know. So, they are great. Buy a cheap retractable cane and do try them. Okay, you have to coordinate the outfit. Are you just gonna stand on those? I'm just gonna stand on those. I can't walk on those. I definitely will. On my way to the venue, I will just wear. I will just wear slippers, something I can fold. And when I'm inside the venue, I'll wear this, and then on my way out, I'll change again. Harakuro outfit, Harajuku, Harajuku outfit. I don't know if I can. If you have any suggestion, because I kind of want to wear something that's like tuna inspired. Maybe like make a head tuna, a tuna head, la head tuna, like a tuna head. But I don't know how to make them. But that's what I want to wear. BTS stickers, and you'll get noticed by Jin. If Jin notices me, I won't be able to walk in this. So, but that's what I want, like a tuna head. If you know anything, if you know how I can make that, let me know. Okay, I hope I made you laugh. It certainly made me laugh when I bought it and made me laugh when I saw it. Just bring a stool, folding. They won't let it. They won't let me They won't let it inside the venue. Please take a picture of you, and I will. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for spending the time with me. Most likely, I will be able to do like Patreon only. Sorry. I don't know if I will limit it to just my Patreon subscribers. Maybe there are episodes where I will limit it for my Patreon subscribers. But I am planning to do a third live stream during the week. But this time, it won't be BTS. It will just be the story that I'm writing and probably some other like Asian related stuff. So, but I will announce it. It's just that I want to sort of separate BTS from others because I don't want people to think that I am using BTS to promote myself or other groups or whatever. So, I will do a third one. Jay said bubuhatin ka ng ibang army so that other armies will actually carry me. I'm happy that I made you all laugh. All right, thank you. What is the brand? Doll Kills. Wait, I will post it here. Uh, Doll's Kill here. 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 Huh? Why is it not working? It's not working, but it's Doll's Kill. Sorry. Um Doll's Kill. Doll's Kill. D-O. Oh, there. There you go. That's the website for where I bought the shoes. They're on sale right now. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.